Uh-oh, it's that time of the year again, when a tier list is created for the 100th billionth time. Welcome guys to my Brawlhalla weapons tier list for Springs 2021. This is my first ever tier list video, and you guys might have seen some interesting tier lists come out. Well, this one is going to be a shocker, for sure. So, opinions are my own, and if a balance patch just so happens to come out, I don't know, the day after this video comes out, then just realize that some things may change, and again, this is all my opinion. So, let's hop right into it. Our first weapon is Axe, which will belong in the A row at the end. So what does Axe offer in this meta? It offers high damaging moves such as Nair, Dare, and Light. Also has a high damaging combo, Sidelight Nair. Does like, I don't know, 30, 31 damage just for that combo alone, which is pretty good and generous than what most weapons can do. It also has D-Light, which covers a great angle. And the thing about D-Light is if you hit it at a certain, if you time it right, you can avoid certain moves. For instance, if your opponent has sword and they do sword D-Light, if you time your D-Light right, you can just hop over it and you won't get hit, which is pretty cool. Same with N-Light. N-Light also works like that. N-Light also a high damaging move, and when you hit your opponent, sends them away pretty far. And the reason why I'm putting Axe at the end of A is because, guess what? The other weapons above it just so happen to beat it. Axe is a slow weapon, and weapons like Gauntlets, Orb, Bow, what else? Scythe can capitalize it pretty well. It can even stop Axe from even throwing out a move, which is pretty powerful in this meta, and Axe just can't really do anything against it. And I know I'm going to get flack by saying this because the gold players hate Axe, and they'll say something like, "You're wrong, I see Axe all the time." But Axe cannot kill. Just because Sair is like the main killing move you mostly see on Axe doesn't mean it can kill. Like, the thing about Axe Sair is if you hit it while they're in the red and they don't die, you're screwed, kind of. You basically go on this whole Tom and Jerry race or something where you just keep on hitting them and you keep on hitting them. You hit them with more Axe Sairs, and guess what? They still don't die. So what do you have to do? Keep doing more and more and more damage. And eventually you will do a ton more damage, and then you now unlock the power of your N-Light to kill, which will kill at I don't know, 400 health. Yeah, so, and if you get higher damage on your opponent, you now unlock the ability for your D-Light to kill. So, you really don't want that. You don't want your opponent to be barbecue health, and you really can't throw out a killing move to kill them in time or efficiently. And so because of that, Axe will go at the end of A. Okay, next up we've got Blasters. I'm not doing Blasters. I'll do that last. I've got my own personal opinion on Blasters in this meta. So we'll be moving on to Bow, and you guys know where Bow is going. It's going in the S tier. Ooh, no shocker. Bow, fantastic air game, fantastic off-stage game if you know what you're doing. Dare is a powerhouse, same with ground pound. If you hit ground pound once, pretty sure they're dead. You also have moves that you can just throw out and not get punished, really. Nair, Sair, Sidelight. You also have high powerful moves, high damaging moves, like Nair. And you've also got great ground game, D-Light especially, Sidelight. And you can just do some crazy things with Bow compared to other weapons. And for that reason, it's belonging in the S tier. Weapon matchups, I can't really think of any that beat it. Probably Katars is probably the closest thing to beating it. But other than that, strong contender for that S row. Cannon. Yes. goes higher on the tier list. Cannon is going to be higher than Axe on this tier list because of a few things that it offers besides better kill power. Firstly, I used to think old Dare was better, and boy was I wrong. Dare has a great hitbox and another great hitbox for the grounded version. It's also got Nair, which is a good move to throw out, and a good kill move, and also good with its new hitbox compared to the old one. I feel many people don't know how to use it, or know what to do if they get hit by it. Cannon also has something people don't realize much, which is that its D-Light is like Gauntlet D-Light, but bigger. And the reason why I put it here, high up on the tier list, is because people don't know how to fight it. I personally don't see many Cannon players. I practically only see 2 or 3 at best, which gives an edge to the Cannon players, having the element of surprise, but at the same time, that's what hinders the weapon and doesn't make it an S tier weapon. People somehow know how to fight Cannon, and what I mean by that is people know to not get hit by Cannon's Sightlight after burning a dodge, and so they realize that they can't get sandstormed as long as they don't get hit by the Sightlight, and when the player knows that, the Cannon player has to work harder to make Cannon more efficient as possible, and because of that, Cannon belongs right there on the tier list. Right there, you can see it. Gauntlets. Where shall they go? At the end of S tier. Gauntlets. Yeah, Gauntlets, crazy combos, crazy offstage gameplay. It's got the 3-hit combo everyone knows about. It's got D-Light Nair. The fun fact about the 3-hit combo is that it was in the game, and then it got removed. And then it got added back to the game again, even though everybody and their mom said, whatever you do, please do not add the 3-hit combo back. And because of that, this is why you see Gauntlet so high up on many tier lists. The 3-hit combo, pretty much very powerful, great damage offered to it, and you can also kill off of it, which is something that string weapons don't really have. They don't have the best killing power, and with gauntlets, that's pretty powerful, especially with the recovery buff a while back. That's pretty good. And many people have this weapon higher up on the tier list, but the reason why I'm putting it at the end of S tier is because the weapons higher than it either downright beat it because of the matchup, or if played right, can beat it. So that's going to be gauntlets. Woo, gauntlets. Next, we've got Hammer, the legendary Hammer. I see many people putting it high up on the tier list and saying things like, Hammer is the best weapon. I do not agree with that, and I want to put it in the A row. Now, before you guys start attacking me or whatever, I just want to say that Hammer is a great weapon, just not S tier worthy. Hammer is going to belong in the A row. It's going to be the second best weapon in the A tier row. Hammer's got Nair, Recovery, Stomp, all powerful moves. Stomp, pretty powerful. It can hit people in the front, inside of you, and behind. People know what I'm talking about. I submitted a clip on Twitter where I got hit by D-Light, and it was behind me, and it was just pretty funny. Funny hitboxing all around. I got a little bit trolled by Hammer, but what can you really do? And so, Hammer is belonging in the A tier row because, well, the other weapons in the S tier row just downright beat it with the right game plan or matchup, and also that Hammer is pretty predictable. Like, you know what the Hammer player is gonna do. They're just gonna stay grounded. If they want to approach you, they're just gonna sidelight or nair you, and they're gonna look for stomp combos. And then once they either hit you and send you farther away, they're gonna still remain grounded, or they're gonna D-Light dare you and then go crazy with the nair stuff. And if you just avoid all of that, and stick to your regular game plan, I feel that the hammer player can't really do much, and so you'll just win outright. And because of that, hammer, again, a good weapon, belongs in the A tier row. Katars, Katars are going in the S tier row and above gauntlets. The reason why I'm putting them above gauntlets is because, in my opinion, Katars beat gauntlets, which gives them an edge on the tier list. Not only that, but you've got good moves on Katars. You've got Nair. Even after getting nerfed a billion times, I still believe Nair is one of the best Nairs in the game, if not one of the best moves in the game. You also have D-Light. D-Light can set up for pretty good stuff. You also have the dash impulse on Katars, where if you dash and then input Scythe, you get a speed boost. That can be great for neutral game or ground control, which is what Katars can excel at. Ground control, neutral, and again, it's pretty fast. Like the heavy weapons like Axe can't really deal with it as much, which will give an edge because Katars have to be in your face to do crazy stuff, which is what it's known for. And even though it's belonging in S tier, I have to give another reason why Katars is on this tier list high up. That's because of online. I can't dodge Katar stuff. Like, for real. I can't dodge anything Katars do against me. I'll get hit by 5 or 6 moves on Katars, and I can't dodge them. I don't know why. I think it's an online thing. Like, if I had a NASA computer, I still don't think it would help. And because of that, I have to put them way high up on the tier list because of that. Strong matchups, and because people with a NASA computer can't fight Katars, giving it an edge over some of the weapons on this tier list. Lance. Yeah. Lance. So what does Lance have? Great air game. Nair, still good. Nair got buffed. Pretty cool. Got N-Light, D-Light. If one of those moves doesn't hit or doesn't get punished, you throw out the other one. What can they really do? And that's practically Lance. It's also got great weapon matchups. So, there's that. But the reason why I'm putting Lance way below all the other weapons is because of the weapon itself. There are A, better weapons that you can play, such as bow, orb, spear, gauntlets, to name a few. And B, it's Lance. It's boring to fight against, it's boring to play against, and it's boring me out. And that's why I'm putting it in the B tier. B tier for boring. There is another weapon that will belong in the B tier, but that weapon is not boring. Not as boring as Lance, so yeah. Talking about it is boring, and we'll move on. Orb! Thank God we moved on from Lance. Thank you, Lord. Anyway, Orb is going to be the best weapon on my tier list. Many people in the community think that it's either A, the best weapon, or B, a good weapon, but not the best weapon. And here, I'm down to lay down the facts and the strengths of the weapon. So, how many of you guys know how to fight Orb? Good answer. Orb has... Okay, imagine a weapon that is sword, axe, and bow combined into one weapon. That's what Orb to me is. Orb has all those possibilities of sword, axe, and bow with moves that can't be punished. You got some crazy insane moves. Nair, you can just juggle them forever and you can read their dodge. You can get them with another Nair, a recovery, or a gravity cancel sig. You know, I'm a Petra player and a Reno player, so We really like that stuff when we can get it. You also got Dare, which if you hit on the ground, you get 3 versions of Dare. You get the one where you don't hit it on the ground. Then you get the one where you hit it on the ground and it hits close to you. And then you got the last version, which is you hit the Dare and then it goes farther out, which can be pretty powerful. I'd also like to point out that despite people thinking they know about Orb, they really don't. There is so much complexity. I don't know if I said that right. There is so much to this weapon that people don't know about, which is so powerful. Like, the other week, or 2 weeks ago, I found out that Dealight into Recovery is true on Orb if you hit it right. And this includes, like, white health or red health, which can be pretty powerful. Knowing stuff like that and hitting it in a tournament game, or hitting that at a crucial moment in a game, that's pretty powerful. And also, Orb, I can't really think of anything that beats Orb. Maybe Sword, maybe Katars, but again, I don't know. And the thing about Orb is that, yes, some people say that its kill power is not that strong. I agree, it's not powerful enough as Hammer, Sword, Katars, but pretty powerful enough where it's better than most weapons like Katars, Blasters, Scythe. And for that reason, I have to put Orb high up on this tier list. Probably the second or third most complex weapon on this tier list to fully master. And that'll be Orb. And again, thank God that we moved on from Lance. Next, we've got Scythe. Scythe is going to go behind Cannon on the tier list. Scythe, used correctly, powerful weapon, great offstage weapon. Inlight, great tool for neutral, great tool to read opponent's dodges. You just hit Inlight and you're just like, okay, you just set me up for a 50 or 60 damage combo. Thank you, I really appreciate it. You also get interesting angles when you just have Nair and Dare. Pretty powerful. In my opinion, I gotta preface that. And Scythe is just gonna be behind Cannon on the tier list. Simply put, you have to work hard with the weapon. Like, you can just play slow with the weapon. Yeah, you can do that, but sometimes you aren't maximizing its effectiveness in the game. And with that much in mind, you got these other weapons on the tier list that you're just like, I don't have to put as much work into, such as Hammer and Bow. So, Scythe, strong weapon in the right hands, can be a great counter to some, but yeah, you have to work really hard with it in this meta, but it can yield great results otherwise. Spear will be the best A-tier weapon on the tier list. Spear has fantastic moves. Nair, Dare, Sair. Sair, I don't know why, but it has a ton of force on it. Also does 19 damage, pretty powerful. And it also has D-Light. You cannot punish D-Light, and like other people say, it puts you in the air. It's a jump without using a jump, and you can't get punished, and you just throw out a hitbox. That is a great anti-air. Sidelight is also a great damaging move, but people try to go for the combo of looking for D-Light or Nair or Recovery, and then they go on this insanity loop where they hit Sidelight, try to read the dodge, miss, they hit Sidelight again, repeat the same thing over and over again, hit Sidelight again, repeat and repeat, and that's just the whole thing with Sidelight. So if you can hit D-Light or any other move off of that dodge read, great results. Spear also has, I was thinking of Sword for this, but it has the triple D-Light. Yeah, it has the triple D-Light, which if you can hit this and pull it off in game, fantastic damage. Kill power wise, Spear, it's okay. It's not great. but it's not bad. It's okay. And the thing about Spear is that it has great matchups, which in my opinion makes it the best weapon in the A tier row, but not crazy enough to be an S tier because the other weapons in S tier just have way more to offer. And yeah, Spear. Yeah, I'm real thrilled about Spear. Sword. People say this weapon is solid and belongs in A or B tier. Nope, not here. It's a top 3 weapon in my book. It's got good kill power, you got D-Light recovery, which is good, but even better, you got D-Light dare recovery. That kills at like 150 or 160 health, which is super, super strong. The neutral that it has, insane. The hitboxes it has, insane. Like a dare and nair. Those moves, in my opinion, are better than axe dare and nair, just because of how often you can just throw them out. Some moves on sword, you can also throw it with no punishment, like Sair and recovery. You also have Enlight. Oh man, Enlight is just solid. Overall, solid weapon that is so good with how it can handle weapons. And even though it doesn't have things such as a 3-hit combo or has absolute carnage of what bow can do, it makes up for it with its kit. And because of the kit it's had, it's been a solid weapon every patch. You can just rely on it. You're not doing good on gauntlets? Okay, just toss it. You get sword. Not doing good on Katars? Alright. Got sword in the back pocket. You got your orb? Not doing well? Well, sword orb. Not gonna come out for like another 5 years, but you get what I'm saying. Solid, reliable weapon. And I know that I've been saying solid a lot, but it's the word that I can describe sword with, and sword will remain top 3 on this list. Greatsword. Greatsword will go right here. Greatsword is a JK. I'm putting Greatsword right there. Greatsword in A tier behind Cannon and in front of Scythe. Even though Greatsword got nerfed and it's no longer the powerhouse that it used to be, it's still the same weapon. Like, you go for the same dodge reads, you go for the same combos, the same setups. Nothing's really changed, it's just no longer a powerhouse of a weapon. You got great hitboxes still, nair, recovery, dare. Still a pretty powerful weapon in the right hands. Yes, you are going to have to do more with it. You can't just pick up the weapon and automatically win a tournament with it. No, you have to put in the work with it nowadays. And which is probably why it's deterring people to not use it. So, that is why I'm putting Greatsword in the A tier. Unexplored weapon, still powerful in the right hands, but, you know, got other weapons above it, which is just like, you don't have to put much time into them, and you still get the great benefits out of it. Yep, final weapon, blasters. Yeah. Gotta put it as the worst weapon in this meta. Despite Kostlik saying that Lance is bad and all that, I'm not buying into the propaganda. Sure, Lance can't kill, but neither does guns. Like, you have to bring your opponent to 300 health, and then a Sair will kill them. And if you hit D-Light, it won't kill. Not on Brawlhaven though, that map will just kill them, which is an advantage of guns, is that it excels on Brawlhaven. But other than that, you can get some cool dodge read combos off of guns, but you know, you can do the same with orb, bow, Katars, gauntlets, which do way more damage and are downright better. Blasters also require more commitment than other weapons. You know, sometimes you can't really just sit there and just sidelight away on guns or Sair them or nair them. They're just gonna get in there, ruin you up. So you need weapons like orb, bow, and spear, which they're just better than blasters. Like, yeah, even though you guys might have seen my blaster videos, my blaster guides, if you want a better upgraded version of blasters, just pick up orb, bow, spear. Those weapons have better moves, they can cover better angles, and have better matchups than other weapons, and they can just practically do what blasters can't do. So, because of that, I have to put blasters, unfortunately, at the end of the tier list, and that will be the tier list video. Again, opinions are my own, so yeah. You can't spell sus without Among Us. Wait, I messed that up. You can't spell sus without us. Among Us!